Okay? Kol sofik negoim b'tchilo. Person is sofik whether it's a nega or not a nega. Tor. He's tor. Why? Because he has a cheskes tyro. Right? Person has a cheskes tyro. He was not a metzora. And that was a sofik. What he has is it a nega, not a nega. Tor. Achlo niskak, but that's all achlo niskak l'tuma. That's only before he became contaminated. What about mishin niskak l'tuma? What about once he already was established? Then, now it's a question, did he leave it? Right? Is he extricated from it? Sveiko tome, so good, because what's the chazokah? The chazokah is cheskes tuma. So if it's a sofik, therefore, he's what? He retains that tome status. So Tosa says, take a look at Tosa's. Kol sofik no metchila achlo niskak l'tuma tor, duuk me'acheskose. See Tosus, because he has a chazokah. Msechus negoyim iforish ketzet shnaim. What is the case? Two people, you have a cheskes tyra, right? You weren't the mitzora. Shnaim shebo itzel kohen bezeh beheres ki gris. Person has a lesion which is a sign of a gris, okay, lentil. Ubezeh beheres kisela, which is much larger. L'sof shua bezeh kisela ubezeh kisela. At the end, one is a sela, one gris is too small. You need a little more than a gris. And now, the eni de izamihan. We don't know which one. So if it increases in size, then it's a problem, right? If it's small. If it started that, okay, so therefore, since each one had a cheskes tyra, they were sequestered to know what's going to be, but he doesn't know where he started. One, it didn't spread because it was a sela. Mishiska tuma hosa meforish keitz shnaim shabo itzel kohen bezeh kesel bezeh kegris. The sof shua bezeh kesel of od. We had a little more that we grew. Bezeh kesel of od. Tamein so bezeh kesela ve'enu yudei ezem hen kiyo. Shem tamein. Okay, get the idea. Further, let's see the Gemara. Minani mili. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, you have to say, what's the question? Not immediately. First has a cheskes tyri. First has cheskes tyri. Go after you go after chazokah. And what's the first kashem not immediately? Why is it different than any situation? Not immediately. Omer Rav Yudah Omer Rav. Omer Kro Litaro Litamo. It says to purify him or to contaminate him. So what is Litaro? Whole posach kosem b'tayra tchila. I mean, it's just the opposite. I mean, we're talking about a kohen. What is it? It's not litaro. It should go litamo, and then litaro, right? First you contaminate him, then he has to purify him. So what does it mean litaro? He starts off Torah. Stop. If that's the case, if you're telling me that what the Torah is saying, that always, whenever a person's in question is litaro, because Torah starts with that. Right. So even if he's suffik tomei, even if he already was tomei, also should be litaro. Right. Now, if the lesion precedes the hair, you had a black hair, it turned white. The hair turning white is an indication of tumah. But the lesion has to precede the change of color of the hair. Let's say it first turned white, and then the lesion came. So that you have to have first the lesion, and in the lesion, you had a black hair which turned white. Turned white. In Beres Kodum, the Seir, Lovan, Tomei, Seir, Lovan, Kodum, Labeheres. Then what? Then it's Tor. Sovik Tuma. Yeah. Rabbi Yeshua Amar Keo Mai. What does it mean in Keo? So that's right, Itmar. In Beheres Kodum, Seir, Lovan, Tomei, Seir, Lovan, Kodum, Labeheres, Tor. Sovik Tomei. Rabbi Yeshua Amar Keo, my Keo. What if it's a Sovik Tomei? Rabbi Yudah Keo V'Tor. If it's a question, it got lighter. The Dilma Keo V'Tomei. Rav Yudah Amar Rav, Amar Kro L'Taro L'Tamo, whole possible cause of L'Taro Tchilo. 1 second. Yep. Further, next picture. Now, a person, Torah says a person has a flow. The flow has to be natural. What about if something precipitated the flow? Right? No, not a sickness. Something precipitated the flow. It's a certain type of fluid that comes out of the penis, It doesn't have the consistency of semen. It's like looser. It's looser. And when I talk about urine, it's a fluid that comes out. And if a person has this flow, so the halacha is the first time, the first sighting, if it comes naturally out of his body. Nothing precipitated it. So he assumes the status of what? Of a balkari. The first time it's a balkari. Even though the substance is not semen, he's like a balkari. He goes to the mikveh, waits till nightfall, he's tor. 2 sightings, he's a zov, he does not bring a korban. 3 sightings, not only he has to count shiv and nikiyim, and he has to bring a korban. He has to count 7 clean days. 2 sightings already a zov. Let's see. So you have to check initially what caused the flow. Let's say he overate. He ate too much, he drank too much. Let's say he saw a woman and he was aroused. That could also cause this. Different things could cause this flow. If we could attribute to anything, he's not classified as a zov. It has to come naturally, it has to flow from his body. That means there's something internally causing this happen. Shiva drochin zokas as zov. Achlo niskak lezivo. Before he was established to be a zov. Yeah? Before he was established to be a zov. The machol, the mishter, the mas. Let's say he overexerted himself. He carried something very heavy. So that overexerting himself could cause this ikfitza. Yeah? He was sudden movement, jumped. That jumping could activate something which could cause this flow, so we attribute it to the jumping. So again, he's not a zov. Ubecholi. He had he was ill, he's recovered from the illness. It could be his weak state caused it to be. Ubemare. Right, he saw a woman which caused him to be aroused. The hirur, he thought about something. Ushiniskak, so that's what? So in that case, ubishiniskak lezivo in both. Let's say once he's been established as a zav, and now it's a question. So he has to have shiv and nikim, and now he has a flow. Do we say now? What about if we attribute the flow to an arousal or to overexertion? Once you're a zav, any type of sighting of that kind of fluid doesn't let you go further. Okay? In both can also. You don't check it because it's irrelevant what the cause of it is. To become a zav, it has to be natural. If we attribute to anything, he's not a zav. But once he's a zav, it's irrelevant. Therefore, you don't do any checking because the checking is irrelevant. Take a look at those. So he says, Ria Rishona Ushniya. The first sighting or the second sighting. Okay? Because after the second, he's already a zav. Beyond that point, it's irrelevant. He saw somebody having relations. Even if he saw active procreation between animals or birds, that's what set him off. What with the third sighting? After 2 already is a zav. The third sighting caused him to bring a korban. So since you're already a zav, the third sighting is irrelevant what caused it to come about, because you're already a zav. So the third sighting, which brings about a greater level of zav to bring a korban, even if it's caused by something, it's irrelevant. We'll see. So what's the reason why initially you have to check it? Because it says it has to flow from his body. It has to naturally flow from his flesh. Between Reb Lezer and the Chachomim, how many sightings have to be attributed, have to be natural? Is it 2 or 3? The Gemara is going to bring Psukim in a second. Also, what's also something which is beyond? Okay, further. Further in Mishnah. Also, usveiko. V'shichva zaro. Tmeim. Right? Let's say someday he exerted himself, or it was a sofek, what it was. So was it semen, or was it no, that fluid? Let's say a zav has relations with his wife. Doesn't interrupt the counting, because it's only if you see that fluid, which is similar to the flow of a zav. It's a flow, a certain type of flow, right? So shichva zara tameim, but it's tomei. It contaminates. Why? because we could say with certainty that the Shechva Zera has, the Gemara is going to say, has intermingled in it some of this fluid. If it's unadulterated semen, it's not a problem. What about in the semen, you have intermingled some of this fluid? So that means it's like having a siding. Okay? It's if he's already a zav. If he's already a zav. What does that do with the woman? What's that do with the woman? Doesn't have. So it's like touching whether you touch zera, you touch whatever, it's all the same thing. Okay? Further. Now, new case. Hamakes chavero. Person go and injures a person, a type of maka which you could kill him. Yeah? Vamdu lemisa. And the court evaluated that kind of injury, the man deserves to be put to death. Because the man is dying. Okay? Vehekil imasha hoyo. And then afterwards he recovered. He was out of danger. Yeah? Person hits a person, he's in a coma. Court says, seems to be, well, you can't kill him till he dies. So they... Howard, you want to sit over here and give the share? Okay, so let me explain it so everybody can hear it. You know, the Gemara says, Trei kol lo mishtami. Two people speak simultaneously, you hear nobody. Okay? So over here, they made an evaluation that he deserves to be put to death if he dies. The man begins recovering, he's out of danger. So it seems to be as if he's on the mend. Then all of a sudden, he turns back and he dies. Is the person put to death? Because we say ultimately he died because of that original injury. Said it's a machlokes tanoim. So the Tanakama says chayuf. Since ultimately he died as a result, he never recovered from that original injury. We attribute the ultimate death to the original injury, even though there was in the interim period, it seemed to be he was on the mend. Reb Nechemia Omer Potter. We can't put him to Shirakalim because there's sufficient circumstantial evidence that the reason he died is not related to the original injury, because you saw he was getting better. So we say that getting better is an indication that's unrelated to the injury. For another cause, that's the reason why ultimately he died. That's Ragalim Dover. Yeah. Minani Mili. How do we know that we said that if he has two sightings, the first and second sighting he has to be checked. The third sighting we say it's irrelevant. Why? Once he's a zav, and you have the third sighting, regardless of why the flow came, he says that he reached the full blown level of zav. It says Bazov Ezovo. Hazov Ezovo, the Riyah Shlishis. Okay? Iskish L'Nekeva. Okay? We find the Torah says, one second. Bazov, it says Bazov, that's Rishon, it's Hazov. Zov indicates, why is it? He had a flow. Then it says Zovo, that means he had a second flow. Zov, Zovo. That's two, correct? Then it says the Zachor L'Nekeva. For the male or the female. Right? So what does that mean? So we're talking about the third one. Zov is one sighting. Zovo is the second. Then it says we associate the Zoch with the Nekeva, a woman who has any degree of, if the uterus contracts in his blood, doesn't make a difference why blood comes out of her. It's irrelevant. She's a neither. Right? So identically, once you're beyond the second, it's irrelevant to me what caused the fluid to come out of his body. And say once you have two, the third is irrelevant. The third is no different than a woman having any blood coming out as a result of the uterus contracting. She's a neither. Here also, regardless of why the fluid flowed from his body, we classify him as a zov. Okay? That's the Tanakama. Yeah. Vazov zovo the riyash lishis ishkis lekeva. But somewhere said Tanya Reb Lezer omesh lishis both can also. Reb Lezer says no. Even the third sighting, he has to be checked. Do I attribute it to eating, exertion, or whatever else it may be? Right? Say, but Ravi's Einbot, he says the fourth. So what's the machlokas? Reb Lezer and Tanakama. Elo the esim committee. Yeah, it says zov es zovo. The way we interpreted it, according to Reb Nosson, the es he didn't interpret es to mean anything. Right? Zov is one. Zov was two. The third is because we associate, it says Zocha Ulenekeva. Rebbe Lezer says like this, the Esim, because it's S. Rebbe Lo Dorshu Esim, it says Hazov is 1, S is 2, Zov is 3. When we associate Zocha and Nekeva, that's 4. So only about the fourth do we say it's irrelevant why he's having it. But through 3, right? The third one we spoke about before we say Zochar. So you have to have 3 sightings, so it has to be authentic sightings of Ziva. But if you attribute it to any other reason other than naturally flowing from the body, it's not classified as Zav, as the flow. Following. The second doesn't count. First doesn't count. The second doesn't count. The question is, if you have the first 2 were natural, you've had 2 flows that were natural, and the third, so he's a Zav. But now, if he has a third, he has to bring the korban, right? Okay, good. Now, let's say the third one was provoked. Is that called a sighting, or that's not a sighting? That's a machlokes Reb Nosson and Reb Lezer. First one had to be not provoked, unprovoked. No, it's provoked. It's nothing. Only unprovoked. Correct. That's why it says he has to be checked. One, same thing. Only not provoked. The question is, what about the third time? So that's the argument. Okay? You have any questions? How now you can talk. No. He also could be forbidden. It's contaminated. Will contaminate her. She'll become contaminated. Nothing. She's contaminated. No, the restrictions. He can't enter into the Machne Levia. Yes. He's only from Machne Yisrael. Once he's a Zav, after 2 he's a Zav. He's a Zav, he has to go out of the 2 camps. He can only be in the outer camp. Cannot be the second or the inner camp. Also, Machne Yisrael, right, same. Then it says, Otso Sveko. What about it was something beyond his control? Otso. Right? Usveko, it's a Sofek. Omer of Lote Masofek Chosa Sofek. When it says Sveko, we're not talking about it. It was a Sofek. Did he see? Did he not see? Right? El Levade Chosa. He definitely saw. But the question is, we have a question, what did he see? A person wakes up, he thought he saw something. He looks, he finds nothing. That's nothing. That's not even a Sofek. It's not a Sofek. Right? Sofek Chosa Lo Sofek Lo Chosa. El Levade, he saw something. Sofek Machmas Shichva Zera. Sofek Machmas Riyah. That's the question. Did he see semen? Or was it the fluid? Was the fluid of Ziva? Since he had 2 sightings of he's a Zav already, so therefore we say the third, even though it may have been semen, but since he's already established as a Zav, we say the third one was that. Okay? Then it says, Shichva Zaro Tameya. It says his semen is tummy. Now the question, if let's say the Torah says you have semen on a garment. What's the garment? Regular, unread Zav. Contaminates the garment. Semen is an avatuma. If a person touches semen, he's contaminated. So what does it have to say? The semen of the Zav is Tameh. Every Shichva Zer is Tameh. Even if a person is not a Zav, it's Tameh. The Mishnah says, Shichva Zer is Tameh. The Mishnah says the Shichva Zera of a Zav is Tameh. What about the Shichva Zera of a person who's not a Zav? Is it Tameh? It is Tameh. So what's the Mishnah? What does that do with a Zav?
What's the question?
But it's, of course it says here that the Shichva Zera of the Zav is Tameh. Right? That's what it says in the Mishnah. Shichva Zaro Tameim. Shichva Zaro. Oh, what does Zaro mean? His whose? Captain Johnson. Who's his? The Zav. And if it's not a Zav, is it contaminated?
It's still contaminated.
So what does the Mishnah say? The Shichva Zera of the Zav. Every person is contaminated.
So that's the thing. Okay.
That's the question. Okay. Lamai. Tomorrow's Lamaga. If we're talking about touching, right? Tumas maga migor b'shich zaro ator. The Torah, we have shich zaro Torah, also contaminates. Elo zaro shilzav betami b'maso. You have this? What about if you carry it? Shich zaro only if it's contact. What about you have a garment that has shich zaro and you carry the garment? Are you contaminated? You're not contaminated. But the shich zaro v'zav, you are contaminated. Now the Gemara says, why? The Gemara says, why? Now why? Rebbe Lezer says that shikva zera v'zav does not contaminate if you carry it. It's no different than any other shikva zera. Rebbe Shua Omer mitami b'maso. Why? You listen to this. Because it's not possible that within the semen you have intermingled some fluid of the what? Of the flow. So the reason why you're tummy, what about a person carries the ziva? Forget about shikva zera. A zav has a flow, goes on a garment. Now you pick up that garment and move it. What's the halacha? Are you contaminated?
No.
You are contaminated. Because ziva is matami b'maso.
But it's not does it become an av at that point?
Ziva is an avatuma. The fluid is an avatuma. The avatuma of ziva is matami b'maso, not only b'maga. So the question is, but if you have shikva zera, shikva zera is not matami b'maso. So Rabbi Yeshua's opinion it is why? Not because of the shikva zera. Because intermingled in the shikva zera, you have droplets of this fluid. So why are you telling me? Carrying the shikva zera or you carrying the ziva? You're actually carrying the ziva. Again. Is it clear?
Yeah. So what's coming in my mind is why wouldn't you say what would be the you say within it there's something. Why wouldn't it be bigger? Why can't you use that argument? Why wouldn't you be able to use that argument? Say what relevance is there?
If I have water, a droplet of mine may fall into the water. What happens to the water?
Okay, good.
So same thing. The ziva is it's there. It's not bottle.
It can't be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So he says she it's not possible to ziva. Okay. So the Gemara says, "Afilu Reb Yeshua lo omer mishum tzchuchei ziva, avbeni lo." If I've unadulterated shikva zera, there's no reason. Yeah. So the Gemara, so Tosas explains. It seems to me she's saying shikva zera. Even if we don't know there's no tzchuchei ziva in the zera, it's still metame. So the question is, so why is it limited only to the zav? That's true by any human being. The shikva zera of any Jew is metame b'maga. Right? El omer avad v'rava lo mashein tolin bo. Yeah. Now he says something interesting, very interesting halacha. You have to see Tosas on this. He quotes a Mishnah in Zovin. Howard's the expert in Tyrus. You learned Tyrus, no? With not yet. Okay. No. Elom Rabad Barabo. The B'secha Zovin Tinan Haroa Keri. Let's say a person has a seminal edition. Yeah. Eino Batam Bizivo Kol Meis Leis. Shakeri Potir Zivo. Abo Achreo Kol Meis. 24 hours after a person, let's say, has relations with his wife, he's also about carry. Even if fluid comes out of his body, that fluid is not classified as ziva. Not. What about you had the ziva first, and then he had relations? Even though it's within 24 hours of the relations, because since already there was ziva, that's still called, that fluid is a trip. That's what he says. Avol misheniskak l'tuma, ozlo tiftor hashikva zera. As a ziva b'achreo. So the fluid that flows from afterwards, that's classified as ziva. Okay? That's what he's saying. That's what it means. It means the Shechva Zera, it's not the Shechva Zera. Shechva Zaro doesn't alleviate the problem of Ziva. Sovra, Popa Kami to Robba Lamema, Aidi Chushu, the Chosi. Hear what he says. When a person has relations, what happens? Shechva Zera comes out. It weakens the person. So it's not attributed to the problem. It's because of the weakness of the person. That's the reason why it's coming out in such a way. Yeah, so Tosa says, the carry poter ziva hochem achra kom es leis the mecha shema machas chalishus nisroke min ashech v'zerahu the chos v'keri kam nebsoro v'kori kam nebsoro lo machmazon so am sheniskak l'tuma ones lo poter v'hainu nami time deravad baravo. Yeah. So that's the reason why. You know what he's saying? Before a person, what's his name, becomes a zav, he has relations. Why within 24 hours? What's the reason why? Even if it comes out the fluid, is the fluid of a zav? Even though the person didn't eat, didn't exert himself, we say because the act itself to recover, it takes 24 hours. So it's the weakness of the body which caused that the fluid should look the way it is. So but once you become a zav, you don't, even if a person overeats, once you're a zav, we don't attribute it to anything. So that's the reason why, even if the person had shechva zera, the fluid that follows, even within 24 hours, is considered the fluid of what? Of a zav, for that reason. Yeah? That chushu, the chos, omali robo, tenan gershin is gayer, listen to this. Mitami miyad beziva. You know what's going on? A ger was in Skayer, a goy. He had relations yesterday. And now he converted. Right after relations, he converts. And he has a flow right away, and it looks like the fluid of a zav. It's a mitame. Why? Since it's 24 hours, what's his state? He's a state of tyro. The shechva zera from yesterday doesn't affect him.
Right.
So according to what we're saying now, why is he zav miyad? If we're saying we're attributing to chulsha, so why is he tamei? Terrific question here. Amalei Rabba Tanan Gershon Skam Mitami Miyad Bezivo. Amalei Ein Lucha Choli Godel Mizev. Right? You're right. But factually, in weakening, it's still weakening him. So why, when he converts and he has immediately this flow, we say that's Ziva. Why should it be Ziva? And this Ein Lucha Choli Godel Mizev. Ela Tanoi. He says this discussion is Machlokes Tanoim. The Tanya. Shechva zera shel zav mitami b'maskol me'is leis. The shechva zera of a zav with 24 hours, we say intermingled in the zera, there's something there. Something there. Rabbi Yossi Omer, Rabbi Yossi Yomo. It's only the day itself. Once nightfall comes, it's not mitami. Michael, the Shmuel Rami. Ksiv kiyeh b'cho odom asher lo yeh Torah mikri lailo. Here, a person who's not Torah because of Nikri Laila. He had an emission at night. Uchsiv lifnos erev yichatz b'mayim. And in the morning, before evening, he goes to the mikveh. Mandio b'meis leis dayok. It says lifnos erev. What does that mean? Lifnos erev, before evening. Vidach dayok mikri laila. One says no, it's lifnos erev even before nightfall. Before night, umandim lifnos erev the chaksiv mikra lailo and ruchad the kori lemasyo belaylo. Let's see what this means. There you go. Elo tanoi hikloma. The Ravad Rapapa lesson the body time to carry lav bishum chulsha. It's not because of weakness. Elo bishum zersa kos darshin b'sifri. We're talking about after having relations within 24 hours of the Torah. What are we saying? That anything that follows the fluid within 24 hours is what? Is not ziva. Okay? But if he's tomei, it is ziva. If he's tomei, he has relations, that is ziva. What's the machlokes? Darshin b'sifri, boy lifnos erev, yuchatz b'mayim, lam shakeri pot ziva. That keri pat ziva, kol meis leis. Lokach Shayach Niskak. Lo Shalo Niskak. Amino the Keri Pot Ziva. Haba Akrov Meis Leis. Shich Vazer the Mastis Lav Ziva Iri. Kid Omer Ravad Barava El Mokomer Mikoro. Lamasa Vani Tanoi Shel Zav. The Iri the Kori Shel Zav Metame. The Keri Shel Zav Metame. B'Maso Meis Leis. Kloma Kishuro Keri. Toch Meis Leis. Shiro Ziva. Shiro Beziva. Shiro Keri. Toch Meis Leis. Shiro Beziva. In Toch, yeah, what does Rabbi Yossi say? How does he explain this? One second. I'll get it. 1 second. Tanya Shicha Zer Shel Zav Metam B'Masa. Kol Meis Leis. Rabbi Yossi Omer Biyomo. With the Shmuel, Rami. Yeah, well, there's a steering psukim. Let's see Rashi here. Odachin Mantan will become the Shicha Zer Metam B'Masa. Shui Loma Lo Afilu Rabbi Shmuel Omer Elamachna Zivo Equal Tanoi. Amid Leka time Mishum Tzich Zivo Elakach Zer Sakosim. Rabbi Shmuel said before, what's the reason why the Shechva Zer of Zav Metame? Because it's intermingled with the fluid. He says no, it's a Machlok Tanon, not that. Shkach Zer Sakosim Tan Shechva Zer Shel Zav Metame Meis Leis. Lachash or Ziva Metame Mas. Hear this? A Zav within 24 hours after he becomes a Zav. The last sighting. The Torah says that Shechva Zera has, even though it's semen, it contaminates like the fluid itself. No. That's Rabbi Yeshua before. Unrelated to mixing. It's Xer Sakosu. The Shechva Zera of a Zav, within 24 hours of sighting, it's considered the equivalent of that fluid. Not because the fluid's intermingled in it. Yeah. Yosef Yom of Sharobo Ziva, Rokeri Tolin es Ziva. If he had Shechva Zera within that day, then we see the Shechva Zera as the Ziva. The day passed, nightfall comes, you don't see it any longer as that. Right. Yeah, what the question, what is Torah saying? If it's within 24 hours of the sighting, even though it's the next day,
right, it is.
The Shechva Zera is the equivalent, therefore if you carry it, you contaminate it. Good. Although you're only carrying semen. The other one says no. The Pasuk indicates only that day. Once night, let's say a person had a sighting an hour before nightfall, and he had relations that night. Now wake up. He had relations at night, and that's semen. He carries it. Is he tummy?
No.
Why? Not the morning. That night.
No, he's not.
He's tummy. Somebody else would carry it. He's not tummy.
No.
Why? Because it's not the same day as the sighting. The other one said it has nothing to do with the same day as long as it's not within, if it's within the 24-hour period. And they're arguing how to interpret the puzzle. That's the machlokus. Okay? Mashma Beis Arov. It says milifnos erev. He says Masha Beis Arovim lifnos chad erev mashma lifnos is chad. V'hai d'chsiv erev hainu nami erev achrina. This lifnos indicates one evening. It's from evening to evening. V'havi mash d'chsiv bei me'erev ad erev lomalach me'erev ad erev mitam shechva zera shazab b'masa. V'idel time it says b'kri lailo. It's only if what? It's that. It has to be that same day. The mash ara lailo mitam. Only till the night. Once night comes, it's over. B'maso kizivo that uri kor dashu lailo kshimhara al. So the other one says, "I says Laila," or "Chidikeri the Mashib Laila." When does a person normally have a wet dream? When he sleeps at nighttime. Therefore, that's what it says Laila. Laila has nothing to do that it's limited to that day. Nazir hoye Shmuel. Shmuel, we're talking Shulam Navi. He was a Nazir. Correct? His mother Chana said, if he has a child, he'll be a Nazir. Kedivri Rabbi Noroi, as Rabbi Nori, Shenemar, Umore lo yale al rosho. Right? It says, a blade will not come on his head. Nemar b'shimshin more, v'nemar b'shmul more. Right? Ma mora more b'shimshin nazir, just as Mora indicates. What does that mean? He's a nazir. Mora more b'shmul nazir. That's Rabbi Nori's drasha. Shimshin we know is a nazir, correct? So just as the word Mora indicates Nazir by Shimshim, and it says Mora lo yavel rosh by Shmuel, therefore he's a Nazir. That's Reb Noroi. Omer Reb Yosef lo ein mora elo shel bosav edom. 1 second. רגע. Let me ask a question. What do we have to bring Shimshon? It says by Shmuel, Umora lo yavar rosho. Right? That's what it says in the pasuk. Dalit. 1 second. Tidu veyotomer in the satel the zera notion satel Shem Umora lo yavar rosho. That's what Chana made. That was the neder she made. And it says by Shimshin, so what did Chana mean? A Mora will not come on his head. His hair will not be cut. What do we have to bring Shimshin? To indicate that it means a Nazir.
A lifetime Nazir.
No, we're saying Nazir, not lifetime Nazir.
But that's what Shimshon is.
I don't understand that. I mean, so what do we have to cite Shimshin to tell him? Chana made a neder, if I have a son, a Mora lo yaval rosho.
So that's like a handy, you said. We understand that it would be a Nazir.
And that's what it means. Who else is not permitted to cut their hair? What did Chana mean? What do I have to cite the pasuk from Shimshin? When it says Mora lo yaval rosho means a Nazir. That's what it means. Right? That's the answer. No, that's the answer. I would say maybe just cutting his hair. What about not drinking wine? And the other aspects, right? So it's identical. It's a Nazir that he's not permitted. It's more than cutting the hair. Drinking wine. No, Nazir Shimshon could be the time of the race we had earlier.
Right.
Nazir Shimshon is permitted to contaminate himself. He's not permitted to cut his hair, and he's not permitted to drink wine or any grape derivative. Yeah, for a lifetime. Yeah. So good. So we're saying like this. Rega. He says, you know what Mora lo yavel rosha means? He will not be fearful of a human being. Yeah? It says, Mishmuel nor lo yavel Mora Shmuel. Mora doesn't mean Nazir. It means Mora lo yavel rosha means he will not be fearful of people. What does that mean? He will not be fearful. So Amalei Reb Neroy halok for Nemar. What do you actually not? Shmuel said, Echele v'shama Shol vorgeni. If I'm going to anoint David to be the king, Shol fine, he'll kill me. So that means he was afraid of being killed.
Yeah.
But if she said Mora means fear, Shekvar hoya olav Mora shel bosav edom. So you see, he did have fear of people. Firstly, the word Mora is written with a hey, it's not with an aleph, right? The word Mora. Right? It's a different spelling. How does he interpret it or translate it?
And no more shall Philippi say then that Shmuel will have no fear of mortals. If this is the meaning of the verse, it obviously contains no allusion to materials.
No, that I understand. But the word more is spelled the one over there which says.
He says it, Aleph and right. He says Aleph and Hey. There's a difference.
Who says?
Rabbi Oswald says Rabbi Yosef suggests a connection with the term of Morad, which is a hay, so the hay should be understood as Morad, with an Aleph to mean fear. The parallel for this being found in Psalm 9.
Okay, see, they're interchangeable. They're interchangeable.
Is that true?
That's Rabbi Yossi, but yes, but Rabbi Neroy is back. It says he was afraid he'd be killed. So evidently, what does Mora lo yavo rosho? It doesn't mean that.
No.
Besides that, when she asked for the child, she was asking, what was she saying? That she made a neder. Right? Umora lo yavo rosho. What was? It seems to me that was part of the neder.
Right.
Or was that the request?
So the Tanai is part of the
No, that was the request. That was the request. What are you giving away? You know, you give me $1 million, he won't be afraid of people. Who are you saying? It's up to God if he will be afraid of people or not.
But she
If you say, give me a child, I will make sure he'll be in Nazir. Okay, I'm doing something.
So I'm giving him back to you. So she was a problem.
But if you tell me it means fear of man, what is she giving?
Right, doesn't make sense.
That doesn't even make sense in what she said originally.
Right.
Does he say anything over there? Explain it. The way Rabbi Yossi is saying it, it's difficult. What's Chana saying? Okay. Omer Rav the Reb Chia of Rei. Reb Chia said to his son, Reb Chia said to Rei, Chatov ubrich. Chatov ubrich. Teizoriz v'niskar. Oma v'chein Oma Rafuna Rabrei Chatov ubrich. Lemema the Baruch. If you have a chance that you should say the bracha, you better saying the bracha than be the one to say Amen on the bracha. It's more at the end of bracha. Right, we'll see the conclusion. That the Gemara is going to say not this way. Chatov, you should grab, do quickly, right, by kosher bracha, ubrich birchas hazimun, shtei makayim levorech alakos birchas zimun. Okay, so this Reb Chia advised his son, and Rapuna advised Amalei Rapuna the Rabbah. So as Reb Chia said, Chatov chein Amalei Rapuna the Rabbah berei Chatov ubrich. Remember the Baruch the Tanya, Rabbi Yossi, Omer, God Loni, Omen Yosef bin Amavorich. Why was it encouraging to be the Mavorich? Right? We learned in the Brisa, Rabbi Yossi says, God Laone, Omen Yosef bin Amavorich. Here, Howard.
Yes.
V'amalei Reb Noroi, Hashemayim Kachu, and Reb Noroi said, Tano, I swear that is that's correct, that the One is greater than the Mavorich. Teda. How do you know this? Sharei Gulairim Mizgarim V'Muchomov. The gladiators. The gladiators, they go to war. The Giborim Notzchim. Chaloshim. We say Sharei Gulairim. Chaloshim Mizgarim V'Muchomov Tchilo. V'akach Giborim Bod V'Notzchim Afkan. Ona Omein Bo La'acham Mavorech U'Menatzeach Loma She'ona Omein V'Shubach Minam Mavorech. He says, you send in the infantry. Then you send in the strong ones to give the final blow. Same thing. So the one who comes at the end, he's the one, that's the confirmation. Right? The Omein is the confirmation. The way it's explained is this. He said, V'shesher bases on the Zohar. Why is God, if I say I'm the greatest thing since apple pie, right? That's what I'm saying. But if somebody comes and says, confirms what he's saying is true. So the Omei is a confirmation on the statement. I may say whatever I say, but it doesn't have any credibility. But if a third person comes and says Omei, he gives credibility to what I'm saying. So it's the same thing. The first ones, the weak ones go and they weaken. And the other ones come and they confirm it. They finish it off. So he says, this is the Tanya. He says, both the Baruch is important, on is what. But however, one should have zeal to be the one to say the bracha. Okay, that's finished. 1 second. Right? It's a Roma Shmo. We will elevate his name together. So what is together? The Mavorech, and nevertheless, they're equal, but it's still better to be the one to initiate it. This is like Zuzah Makdim Lamitzvus. 1 second. Litein Schar Lochi Amrino and Lechatov. He says the one who gets Litein Schar Lochi. 1 second. Portion born Achrich. Al Paroshim or Achem, Vishem, Tzofim, Chomo, Al Haproshim. He says the cavalry comes in afterwards and they get credit for the victory. Okay, we'll finish tomorrow. Okay, if you want, we'll just start Sota right now. Just the first Mishnah Sota. Just the Mishnah. Amakani Lishto. One who forewarns his wife, she shouldn't sequester herself with another man. It has to be done in the presence of two witnesses. Umashka piyeda chod. But if she sequesters herself, even if you have a single witness saying she went into seclusion, that's enough to enable her to drink the meisota. I mean, that prohibits her. Al piatzim himself. Let's say he knows she went into seclusion. He could take her already to drink the meisota, meaning she's already a sota. He doesn't have. He says, "My wife went secluded." Yeah. You have to have two people witnessing the forewarning and the seclusion. Let's say he says, "I don't want you to speak to the man," and she defies his warning. That's nothing. Speaking means nothing, right? What about? He says, I don't want you to do anything which there's a question, maybe something which is unacceptable. And she went into a secluded location. She stayed there long enough. They could have had relations. And if he should die, she's not permitted to the yavam. Why? Because since the husband wasn't permitted to any longer, so the yavam, the surviving brother, can't be any better than he is. So chalitza she needs, but yibum not. Okay, we'll continue this tomorrow. It's not a witness. He says, I know my wife, she committed adultery. Finished. I know she did something which I question whether she committed adultery. Because since she's already a sota, in his mind, let's say a man knows for a fact his wife committed adultery. No witnesses. Is he permitted to be with her? He's not permitted to be with her. So he holds it's the same thing. If I know she went into seclusion and something could have happened, that's enough. Yeah. Without forewarning means nothing. Yes. Forewarning, everybody agrees you have to have two witnesses on the forewarning.